because of course at 7, yeah, my hair just sticking up. Oh well. Because at 7 I'm gonna be live on BCHG with the ladies. I'm trying to figure out where it go. There it go. All right. So anyway, you guys, so last night I had a wonderful conversation with one of my clients, and it was a interesting 2-hour conversation, but it was so needed. And not only was there revelation for this individual, but even for myself, like I was like, you know what? That sound real good. That sound like we both were sitting there like that sound like a whole word. But what I wanted to talk to you guys about is being in a journey mindset and being in a destination mindset, and how that can cross over throughout your life. And of course, like I told y'all, I got about 5 minutes, less than 5 minutes, so we're gonna try to get out as much as possible now. And then of course, I always, if you guys like this material or whatever else, what I'm saying, because I ain't prepared nothing. But if you like it, then let me know, and we'll come back and we'll explore the conversation just a little bit more. So one of the things that we were talking about was relationships and expectations in relationships. And you know, for me, I've been working on my life in general because I'm so excited on where it's going, how it's growing, how it's coming into fruition, because I have now planned out some things for myself. And when I say that, I want you to keep in mind that the time in which something happens, I have no control over, because, well, you do and you don't, right? I fully don't have control over it, because sometimes it may take a lot of work, and some things may happen overnight, and some things may feel like they happen overnight, even though that I've been working on them for a lifetime. I remember back in the day, they used to have the commercial with Alicia Keys, and she was like, this feels like an overnight success story, but you don't know that this was 7 years in the making. And I feel much like that. This has been a lot of years in the making. Oh yeah, my alarm. I'm gonna be late. But this is a lot of years in the making. But what I wanted to talk to you about was the journey versus the destination mindset. When you have a destination mindset, the only thing that you're looking forward to is being there. So you're in the car. It's like you're in the car and you're driving and you're like, are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? And you're missing out on the opportunities to really hone in and sit in yourself and be embodied in yourself and pay attention to what's around you. And I remember growing up when I was younger, my grandmother used to always yell at us and scream at us and be like, shut up. Shut up and pay attention to where you're going so you can know how to get back. And that is a key thing. That's a life lesson, because no matter what it is, whether it's a drive in a car, or it is an emotional journey, or it is a relationship journey, you have to at some point learn how to shut up and look at what you are going through, experience the or partake in the full experience, so that once you get to that idea, belief, or the idea of success, you know how to replicate it, and get yourself back to it. If you so happen to get lost, because you know, just like in life, sometimes we'll make a left when we're supposed to make a right, and you're trying to make three lefts to get back to the right, or whatever it may be. You know, yes, we have GPS these days, but sometimes she be sitting up there recalculating. She don't even know what she's doing. But if you are paying close attention to certain things, then you'll know exactly where you went left, where you know you went off, where you'll know how to get back to, at least back to where you were when you were stable. This is emotionally, this is financially, all of these things are interconnected. And so when you start to pay close attention to these areas, you will know, like, hey, this is starting to look very suspicious. And I've been here before. And this is how you stop going through things for long periods of time, because you recognize the signs. You are able to then immediately say, no, I don't want to experience this again. And you're able to change route. And one of the things I talked about last night, because you know, this individual what kept saying, well, how do I do this? How do I do this? How do I do this? And I was like, you know, you have to strategize that for you. I can't give you just do this, and this. I was like, I can give you basic tips, but I was like, we can work together as we find something that fits you specifically. So some of my tips were like, number one is, first off, you have to acknowledge it. You have to recognize, like, okay, this is where I am. Stop. Recognize this is where I am. Acknowledge it, right? And then I was like, number two, you have to then accept it. Accept the fact that you lost. I'm lost. I don't know where I'm at. I need to figure it out. Like if you don't stop and acknowledge it and then accept it, you can't move forward. And that's in any arena, whether it's emotional, whether it's relationships, where whatever it is. And especially on this healing journey, like people want to be healed and they like it's this destination of being healed and complete and done. But healing is a process, and at every level, it's going some things are going to uncover a little bit more so that you can understand who you are, and you can understand how to um how to navigate with who you are, because I think a lot of people they're trying to do so much changing, and not always is there a time for you to change. Sometimes it's a time for you to change, sometimes it's just time for you to recognize so you can deal with yourself and do some introspection for yourself, and not always feel like it's everybody else that's making you respond to the stimuli the way that you're doing. So I told him, I told this particular person, I say, you have to acknowledge this, you have to accept it, you have to strategize. This is the moment that you're in right now. I was like, we've had these discussions before, and every time you come to me, a little bit later, and you're like, oh yeah, like I get it now. And I'm like, yes, it's just a process. And I was like, and you're gonna understand it even more at your next level. The thing was, it was like this person kept saying, I'm taking all these L's and I want to win. And I'm like, you are winning. Y'all, I'm a little more, depending on who it is and how the relationship is or whatever that we've built, I could be a little bit more stern. But I was saying this, I was like, you are winning. You're winning because you're recognizing things that you couldn't do before. The things that used to satisfy you, drinking, smoking, whatever it is, listening to music, that can't satisfy you now because you're in a deeper space where you need to heal and overcome some other areas. And so now you're in a place where you're now taking these bandages off and you're allowing your skin to heal. And I was like, but during the healing process, your grandma used to hit your hand and say, stop picking at it because it has to heal. You keep picking at it. So you're going to be irritated in some of these moments and some of these times. But the irritation is okay because it's letting you know that you're getting to that healing process. So again, number one, acknowledgement. Number two, acceptance. Number three, strategize. Number four is implementation. You have to implement your strategy. And if you don't, you're going to wind up back in a place where you are just suffering. And at this point, when you notice that you're in a place that is uncomfortable to you, we already strategized this together. So implement and then repeat. It just repeat. Number five is repeat. Do it all over again. If you've implemented something that doesn't work for you, okay, acknowledge it, accept it, strategize something else, implement it again, and then repeat. And what works for you, you keep it. What doesn't work, you move on, you move forward. But remember that this is a journey. Enjoy the journey, enjoy the moment, exist in this space. Look at the surroundings that you're in, pay attention, and have fun while you're doing it. If you're not having fun, if you're not enjoying it, stop and go through those strategies over and over again until you get to a place where you are becoming more satisfied within yourself and satisfied with the life that you're creating for yourself, because you ultimately have the decision and have the forthright to say, I'm enjoying this, I want to keep going with this, or I'm not enjoying this, and let me move things around and figure out what can be better and what I can work myself towards as something that is greater and more in line with where I want to be. But again, it's a process. And what I always say with anything, when you guys are working with me, when you're dealing with me, whatever have you, it is simple. It is not easy. The steps are simple. The implementation is not going to be easy because now you're having to do stuff that you've never done before. Insanity is doing the same thing, expecting different results. So now you're now doing something different, totally different than what you have been doing. And that is going to be uncomfortable because you're creating new habits, new strategies. You're breaking old habits, and those old habits, it is ingrained in you. If you do something, I was doing some research before, and they said if you do something for 100 days straight, it becomes automatic and ingrained in your system. So think about it this way, that it's going to take you almost 100 days for it to be a new ability, a new it's just going to be new to you and new and automatic to your body. Yes, 28 days creates a habit, but 100 days makes it habitual for you. So I just wanted to leave y'all with this. Y'all know I'm already late to my meeting. I got to get off of here, but I love y'all. If you haven't already, up above, please subscribe to the channel. Down below, like, comment, share it out with your friends. This can be beneficial for anyone, for someone. But make sure you're sharing it and make sure that you're paying attention. Go listen to it 2, 3, 4 times. Listen to it now, 3 months from now, 2 months from now, because you as a person, you will continuously change. You'll hear something that's going to speak to you a little bit different each and every time that you play it and you listen to it. So you guys, again, I love y'all. I gotta go because y'all always know I'm on the go. But listen, you are everything that you need. Okay, so tap in. Love y'all. Bye.